This conversation starts calm, and then everything shifts. Let's break it down on Choir Media.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Man, my wind is high. How old are you?
29. I'll be 30 in June.
So what are we talking about?
Um, well, I joined your live later, but I just wanted to give a from a women's perspective, in agreement with you. Like maybe, like I heard the other young lady saying, a lot of women find your delivery to be harsh, and it's I saw you on Shade Room, and literally I cannot go into a room where there's not, like, if I meet up with my friends, if I meet up with my sisters, your name comes up, and so I was like, oh my
God damn.
So it's been funny. I have 4 children and I'm happily married, and my husband and I sit and listen to you, and most of it's laughter. I think the whole you have 3 lives and you're on live number 1. I think that was like maybe a week or so ago. We were in tears laughing. I've been with my husband since I was 21, and from a woman's perspective, ladies, I just want to say he's not lying to you. And I sit and I ask my husband, long before even hearing about you, very gruesome and personal questions, and I'm very honest with myself about what I need to change about myself, or what do you like about this. And so listening to you, I'm like, maybe I just think like a guy, or is Kevin just not all that wrong and more right? But it's women don't want to hear a man telling them. And growing up with a Puerto Rican Dominican mom, and then being around, and then my father's Black, but then being around my Black side of the family, I do see the difference in, for lack of better words, how a Black mother raises their daughters that grows in a single home versus a Hispanic woman that raises
Let me step in front of this bullet for you right now, because there are all kind of bullets coming at you right as soon as you said that friend. Here's what it comes down to, and I don't blame Black women for this.
No, and
I don't
identify.
blame
I'm
Black women.
100% Black.
I don't. I when you don't, it's we're not used to seeing Black men in a position of respect, responsibility, and being right. So the things I say are controversial, more so because I'm a Black man. Versus if they were like some of the things, if I were Dr. Phil or Joe Rogan or somebody else, would be more easily acceptable than coming from me. And I can't change that. But the fact of the matter is, we need to be able to change that, because it needs to become more commonplace to where our women can see our men on the same level as they see anybody else. So yeah, I take a lot of stuff. I don't. Yeah, I know my name is everywhere now.
Have you ever, sorry to cut you off, have you ever considered, I heard you, I think, just tell another lady, you purposely have the delivery that you have, like you want to step on some toes,
It's necessary. It's necessary at times. It's necessary. I don't do anything without a reason. So I'm never just doing stuff to be provocative, or
right.
It's always thought out. So most people don't recognize that if I'm doing something, just give me a second, I'll get there. If you watch my content, sometimes it may seem like I'm all over the place. You're like, what the hell is he talking about? Next thing you know, 13 minutes later, I tie all the points together. My ultimate point is to get women to understand where the very men that they want are coming from, and get men to understand that just like we got bad information, women got bad information too. And in order to get anywhere, we're both going to have to give each other a certain amount of grace and mercy and good faith, because we're building this thing while we're flying it, and we're all broken. And good faith is more important than anything else. And if both men and women in our community can start looking at each other as human beings with fundamental respect, like every other group of people, we're far more willing to give each other a chance versus just writing each other off. So
that and selflessness is the word that I would use. Like, if both of us are selfless with each other, then you have nothing but room to win. He's doing everything for you, and you're doing everything for him, and that's what's lacking heavily in our.
I would take, and that's like that's a 201 or a 301 class. I'm taking English 101 right now.
Okay.
Simple respect. Can You get respect from men, and can you smile at brothers? Okay, we got history 101, English 101, science for non-majors, just the basics. That's just the basics. We can get to our coursework and our degree path after we get the basics out of the way, because we didn't get it, and there's no way for adults to get that. I'm not willing to. I'm not willing to write off an entire group because we didn't get it where we should have got it.
Right. No, I agree. And I think there's a huge, even talking to my friends, and like I said, I was just out having drinks with my sisters, and the men and the women brought your name up, and I was like, just saw you maybe the end of March on Shade Room, and then I saw you more in April, and I was like, okay, follow him and see what he's talking about. And so we've enjoyed it. But then I hear even my own sisters, they didn't like the delivery. But when I started breaking it down, what you're really saying, I'm like, you have to it's stinging because he's stepping on your toes. He's talking about you, like what you're saying to the other person. But a lot of times women think they want marriage. They think they want the relationship, but really you want a wedding. You want a person that's going to take care of you, but you don't really want him telling you anything. You don't want him to tell you what to do. You don't want him really as a part of your life. I've even had friends joke and say, I want the husband, but get me a separate house because...
Oh, I had somebody I was going to bring on the show for that. And what was it, Carrie Hilson? That she was in the news recently talking about, I could be married and live separately. And you know what? Look, I'm not foolish enough to believe that we're going to go back to Mayberry RFD. They're going to be different kinds of relationships. Yeah, but at the end of the day, we got to be together in some form. So it's funny that you see me everywhere. That's crazy. Well, thank you for watching. I appreciate it.
I didn't know who you were.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead. I was saying thank you for watching. I was about to move out.
Alrighty.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thanks.
Oh my. So let me talk about that. So I mentioned Carrie Hilson was put in some media saying that she could see herself married and living separately. And I've said that I know people who are divorced living in the same house. Look, this is about a game. This is a game of inches. Getting to life not by yourself. However you want to make your arrangement, but can you get together with a man to where you're having a better outcome? I would never try to make it seem like I got the prescription for anybody. I just want to I just want to open the door to have the conversation to get the outcomes people say they want. All right, folks, that was going to do it for tonight. I am a little sleepy and I got some work to do. I'm going to upload a video that I think you guys need to watch. Let me make sure before I cut this off. I got an interview I'm doing tomorrow, so I got to get prepared for that. This has been fun, but I got to run. I like Instagram Lives. Let me turn this back on. Oh, I got another 15 minutes. What am I doing? Turn on commenting. If you want to go on the show, I got another 10 or 15 minutes that I can go. Look, I know my delivery at times bothers some folks, but most people who say it's my delivery can't say that they watched a show from end to end. Most people who watch at least one show from end to end understand that you're usually seeing me, it's out of context. And it's usually, if you're seeing me on places like this room or that room or this website, it's meant to be provocative. But that's not all it is. Eddie Murphy told a joke when Eddie Murphy did a comedy bit called Raw. And he had a conversation with Bill Cosby. And Bill Cosby was like, you cannot get on stage and say the things you say. And he's like, damn, I felt a little offended. He's like, man, he made it seem like I get up on the stage and just cuss. Dick shit come, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I do manage to tell some jokes. And that's the point. Between the barbs and the PhDs and the dog sounds and the taps, there's a lot of stuff. But it's there for the people who are willing to challenge themselves to listen to something that may be a little bit different. Guys, thank you guys. I'm going to end it for tonight. I think it's been good. I think it's been great. You guys are going to really love. You guys are going to really love what you guys see tomorrow and this weekend. Mother's Day weekend is coming up. Make sure you holler at your mom. Make sure you holler at your mother, and don't forget to get your mama some flowers or a card. Uh, do what you got to do. Say hi to moms. Till next time, peace out. One.
Alright, speaking as me, because this pattern is so predictable, it's almost scripted. First off, let's clear something up. When people say, I've been in therapy for a month, what they really mean is 1 or 2 sessions. That's not healing. That's an intake form and some venting. And notice how, by the end of every one of these conversations, the same phrase always slips out. I feel like that's the tell. That's where accountability goes to die. Because once it becomes about feelings, facts don't matter anymore. Standards don't apply anymore. And then, right on cue, here comes the escape hatch. I need to heal. Heal from what exactly? From being questioned? From being expected to reflect? From being held to the same standard you demand of others? Let's be honest.